Someone spitefully labeled you the bad person. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. Someone spitefully labeled you the bad person. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say you dead wrong. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you dead wrong. Now, I'm not saying to say that because we hurt or, we're hoping that somebody figure out the truth. No, the truth is going to always reveal itself. The truth is always going to be the light regardless. But they're dead wrong because you know how much I was there for you. You know I actually helped you and your kids. You know I was a person who was paramount in your life when people who tried to destroy you became my enemies too. The point is, y'all, is that you gave them money. You gave them rides. You gave them advice. You gave them your heart. You gave them everything. And they still labeled you the bad person. But you know why they label you the bad person? It's because good people actually care about their character. Bad people don't care. That's almost like the baby mama who tried to put the bad baby daddy on child support or try to take the bad baby daddy kid away. He don't care. He like, all right, man, I'll see that little joker when he get 18 years old. I'll take him to the Golden Corral when he turn 18 years old, and then we'll have a cheeseburger and talk about it. He don't care, right? But if she do that with a good baby father, it's gonna hurt him because he actually care. All right. However, he's being villainized. And the other one is not. Why? Because the other one don't care. It does not matter. And so when you are a good person, y'all, the reason why they play with your name, play with your character, play with your heart, play with your reputation, because they know you actually value it. They only come after the things that you value. They only come after the things that mean something to you. You follow what I'm saying, y'all? That's why they do it. So yes, it don't matter how much you've given them money, how many times you've shown up, how many times you defended them, whatever the case is, you're going to be the villain in their story whenever they can't get what they want from you. That's it. That's all, point blank, period. All right. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get directly into this. But before we get into this, y'all drop in the comments and let me know how y'all been doing today. What y'all ate today. Your boy had some Applebee's. Yeah, y'all, I bought out today. I did that. It was good, though. I got the 2 for $25. Yeah, family. Got me a plate for today and tomorrow, and I had me an appetizer. That's how your boy getting down for today. Drop in the comments and let me know what y'all had, right? But anyway, y'all, also, be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's get into what you came for. Number one, y'all. Victimizing went wrong, okay? Let me say it loudly. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, victimizing went wrong. Bruno, what is that? When a person is victimizing, this is when they place themselves in the worst position possible. They paint an image that they were manipulated, abused, used, ultimately became a victim of something horrendous. All right. They're trying to make it seem like you're the reason for the season. You are the person who broke them down. But in fact, they were the aggressor. That's almost like a police officer who keep telling somebody, get on the ground, get on the ground. You on the ground, you got your hands behind your back, you ain't talking back, you ain't did nothing. Whole time this police officer got his knee in your back, he got his foot on your neck, and he choking you out. You victimizing, but you the one who's basically murdering me? That's the mentality that they have. Victimizing went wrong, though. You follow what I'm saying? And so what happens is, y'all, when they realize that it's not working, he the bad guy, she the bad guy. Oh, he a bad person, she a bad person. They have no choice but to go to character assassination. They have no choice but to start defaming your name. They have no choice because nobody have believed that they were actually victimized by you. They know that they are the aggressor. They know that they are the ones who playing games. They know. All right. So instead of taking that route, They pivoted and just started saying that you was a bad person because they know you care about your character. All right. Somebody drop in the comments and say you won't break me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you won't break me. Now, before I get into number 2, I want to say this. Another example of this, y'all, would be the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement is about people coming out. It's male and females. I've seen more females, but I have seen males, right? Y'all know about Lil Rod and the Diddy situation. It's almost like a Me Too movement. And he did it to me too, but it's delicate because I know some people actually was abused and used and manipulated in a way that can be very traumatic. So I want to be very delicate on this situation. However, the Me Too movement has a lot of finessers too. A lot of people who's trying to see a quick and early payday. All right. It's easy to say that Bill Cosby did something to me when, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20 girls are getting $1 million payments. I get it. All right. It's easy to say Diddy did something to me when he done had to make payments of $30 million to 3, 4, 5 people. I'm not saying that's true, but y'all get my logic. What I'm saying is that when it's a Me Too movement, everybody gonna hop on. So what do they have to do? I gotta victimize myself and make it look like I was used, manipulated, but the whole time you were down with it. Very similar, y'all. When victimizing go wrong for them, you don't get that payout. Right? And I still believe that anybody who says that somebody did something to them in that manner, the R word, I don't want to say it so I don't get blocked and stuff on YouTube, but the R word, I believe that person should be charged if it comes out that they were lying. You can't make these type of allegations or accusations, right? And this is not about Diddy, by the way. This is just in general. Anybody who lies on someone, male or female, that, they did this to me and they made me feel uncomfortable and they did the R word to me, I feel like if they get caught lying, yeah, you need to go to jail too. Yeah. But the point is, y'all, not going too far on that, victimizing went wrong. And whenever a person who tried to victimize themselves go wrong, they resort to other things. Well, he's a bad person. She's a bad person. They are evil. You follow what I'm saying? They have to go to defaming your name and assassinating your character. Number 2 is going to be this right here, y'all. They don't want to face the truth, all right? They don't want to face the truth. That's almost like the toxic baby father, right? Let's just say she happens to be a good woman, okay? The baby mother or the wife or the ex-wife, whatever, she happens to be an amazing woman, which means she shows up, she shows out, she's educated, she knows what she's doing. Not only does she know what she's doing, but she knows how to play her role as a woman in the home. It's the man who tripping, right? Let's just say this particular man says, you know what, I'm out, and that's it. Man, Shirley, man, she be on that BS, man. She be tripping, man. He's only doing that because he don't want to face the truth. The fact is that he's toxic, irresponsible, don't want to take care of his responsibilities, don't want to be the man that he needs to be to show up for his kids, all right? And what this is going to lead to is him ultimately defaming this woman's name, right? And ain't no telling what he going to say about the kids, but I hope he ain't that messed up of an individual to do something like that. However, y'all, ain't no telling what he going to say about the baby's mother is what I'm saying. To make himself seem like he was all that in a bag of chips. Yeah, man, I tried to be there for the kids. Yeah, man, I tried to do what I needed to do for a man, but you just can't please him, man. That's a person who don't want to face the truth, all right? You don't want to face the truth because you had everything laid out there for you. You messed up, and everybody cannot take that accountability, male or female. Number 3, you refuse to do what they demanded. All right. You refuse to do what they demanded. See, it's one thing to ask. And even if they ask, you're not, required to say yes all the time because sometimes you got to pay your bills. Sometimes you got to take care of your kids. Sometimes you got to put yourself first. It's no disrespect. It's straight survival. And even if it's not survival, sometimes it's just not in the budget. However, y'all, when they demanded something, They had this obligation. They had this entitlement. They had this like, yeah, I know you gonna do it because it's such and such, or it's because it's me. No, dog. And when you told them that, it was what we call it, y'all, a letdown. Okay, it was a disappointment. It's the word I was looking for, rather. But the point is that you refused to give them what they were asking for. So back in the day, y'all, they had this thing called slave shaming. All right, slave shaming. And what this was is whenever a slave said, you know what, I don't want to work no more. You beating me too hard. You working me too hard. You did this to my kids. Whatever the case is, when they was going on strike before it was popular, or boycotting before it was popular, they would just not work, or it was called just bowing out, right? I don't know the specific term, but I do know that slaves who started giving up and started getting fed up and tired, they was just like, man, forget it. You're going to have to beat me, whatever. I'm going on strike. However, y'all, they would use this tactic called slave shaming. So not only would they get beat, but they would make their peers, their family, people on the plantation not like them, because they would manipulate them pretty much and make them seem like they're being the troublemaker. They're being the problem. They're being the issue. You see what I'm saying? That's slave shaming. And it's very similar to this right here, y'all. When people are spitefully labeling you a bad person, which means they're trying to shame you. Yeah, they're going to shame you to everybody else who you're close to, everybody else who you are mutual friends with, everybody else who you are connected to. They're going to try to shame you because you did not do what they demanded you to do. Does that make sense? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 4, people still respect you. All right. People still respect you. Listen, y'all, this is the person who was in a relationship, and let's just say they had family members who liked it their counterpart, because that happens. All family are not toxic. Some family members actually like the in-law. They do, especially when you are genuinely a good person and they can receive it. It's possible, y'all. It happens. However, this is the person who tries to make their family hate the person that they're no longer in a relationship with, the person that they're no longer friends with, the person that they're no longer doing business with, right? Despite of it being a personal issue, they try to make other people who they are connected to, friends with, related to, hate them by lying. I understand loyalty. I understand that, hey, at the end of the day, man, I'm going to ride with my folks. I'm going to ride with my mama. I'm going to ride with my family. I understand that. But it doesn't mean that you should allow somebody to get other people or to win other people over, knowing that you were the reason, knowing that you were the cause for it all. You follow what I'm saying? That's not honest. That's not genuine. That's not noble. Bruno, what are you saying right now? They mad because people still respect you. So now they have to go to this route. I don't know why y'all still respect him or like him. He really a bad person. Yeah, he used to cuss me out. Yeah, he used to put his hands on me. And so what happens is, y'all, is now they are playing with your character, your reputation, and the repertoire that you have had with the family, with the friends, or with the mutual constituents. You see what I'm saying, y'all? They have to spitefully label you a bad person because people still respect you. That's how much of an imprint that you leave on people. Number 5 is going to be this right here, y'all. God's light shines through you, okay? God's light shines through you, y'all. It's just like a successful person. A person who have been through the mud, been through the dirt, been through it all. But somehow they found a way to clean themselves up and shine and glow. That's you. But see, just because you're not with them, they want people to see you as this dusty, dirty individual. They want life to end for you just because you're not connected to them or you're not running with them anymore. They feel like you shouldn't eat. They feel like you shouldn't sleep. They feel like you should not have any success. However, when people see you, they see God. God is shining through you with his light. Somebody drop in the comments and say, the light is upon me. That's a fact. And so what happens is, y'all, is they have to spitefully label you a bad person. You don't know what he did to get that money. You don't know who she hang out with to get that money. Yeah, you know she over there with Tommy them and Keisha them to get this type of money. Just lying on your name. Because you're shining so bright to where they got to make it seem like in order to get that light, you had to go to the darkness to make that possible. This is why that someone is spitefully labeling you the bad person. But don't fall for it, y'all. A label is just a label. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. A label was just a label, all right? I love what Akon said in one of his podcasts, right? He said that one thing people get misconstrued in this music business is that just because a person can own your masters or your publishing or your royalties does not mean that they can own you, all right? You don't own me. Yeah, okay, fine. You own the masters. Fine, you own the publishing. Fine, you own the song. But I can go over here and create something else. You don't own me. It's a mindset. It's a mentality. And that's the same thing with this right here, y'all. They can label you all they want, but that's a mentality. That's a mindset. Are you going to believe it? That's the real question. Are you going to believe it? And so it can be difficult when you are close in proximity with these people, right? Like everybody calling you the bad person because it's so close in proximity. But that's why you got to remove yourself. Yeah, that's why you got to remove yourself. Make new friends, all right? Develop new family. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but I'm saying it starts by removing yourself, especially if you are within close proximity. But the point is, y'all, is that someone spitefully labeled you the bad person. Here's why, y'all. Quick recap. Number one, victimizing went wrong. Number two, they don't want to face the truth. Number three, you refused to do what they demanded. Number four, people still respect you. And number five, God's light shines through you. This is what they can't stand. Family, y'all already know how we do. Make sure you go over to the richmentalityattire.com. Get you a Yes Sir t-shirt. Get you a Yes Sir hoodie. Be sure to book a one-on-one session with your boy. And, of course, y'all check out any one of my books. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.